Hello and welcome to Shift Your Thinking Daily, where we transform our inner experience to a phenomenal outer experience for 10 minutes of our day. We do it together. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you say hi, hello, drop a comment down below. If you're new to the show, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications. Hit the bell, and that way you are notified when I upload a new episode. Right now, we are continuing our Shift Your Thinking series on IGTV. This has been fun thus far. What are you thinking? We're on episode 93 of Shift Your Thinking with Dean Del Sesto, 200 Ways to Improve Our Lives, which means, yes, you guessed it, there are 200 ways in this book, and we will be covering 200 episodes. All right. Yay! I'm so excited. Who's feeling pumped? I'm feeling pumped. One of the things that I wanted to take the time to do today was start to introduce breathing techniques, because I know we get caught up in the hustle and bustle, especially I'm a lot of energy. I'm a ball of energy, high energy. I would just like to invite you to do a breathing technique with me, and that's just slowing down and breathing, releasing everything that you're carrying. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths, and then we're going to get into today's segment. And go ahead and breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more. Breathe in and out. Ooh, I really appreciate that. Didn't you feel that? I could feel all that lifted and released from my shoulders and in my solar plexus area. So that's good. So we're opening up that space, especially as we get ready to receive. We're receiving some gems, and thank you for joining me on this. All right, I'm calling episode 93. What should I call it? The pay to learn. So I pay to learn. Not necessarily true. The section I'm in is monetary lessons are better as eye-openers than wallet openers. I like this already. The author says there are seasons, even years of life where financial resources are thin, and there can be times when money flows like the rapids. So been there where things are tight, please press 0 if it's been tight for you. Been there, done that, right? Or sometimes you're still feeling that. The author says today money is moving like molasses in the freezer rather than flowing. And I have a feeling it's going to be this way for some time and perhaps get worse. How timely is this, right? Because we're seeing that a lot in the economic shift in the news. There's a lot of buzz about market shifts and money and banks, letting go folks and hiring in other areas, and they're kind of shifting their portfolio and where they're investing time and human capital. Yeah, a lot is happening. However, I do invite you to think about yourself as currency. You are currency, and you're constantly manifesting exactly the amount of money that you need. So what are you commanding to the universe in terms of the dollar amount that you need? Because every single thing has a value, albeit somebody kicks in gas for you that has a value. Somebody offers you lunch that has a value. Invitation to a movie that has a value. An invitation to a seminar or workshop and they covered your ticket that has a value. How about getting your trip sponsored, a plane trip covered, an invitation? Those things have value. So be mindful that if you haven't written down a monthly dollar amount in which you want to command the universe to conspire to give you, can't give you what you yourself don't want. So take the time to do that. However, as we dive in, let's hear what the author has to say. He says, this is to say, whatever it is we currently have is precious, and some of what we take in should make its way into the storehouse. We all know mistakes can be costly on multiple fronts. They can take away energy, time, focus, and resources, all of which translate in some way to a financial burden. The author says, but through something known as the 6 degrees of separation, there's comfort in knowing that we have direct or indirect access to people who can help us avoid these expensive learning lessons before they open our wallets. Who's this? Is it resonating? Type in lessons, because we tend to punish ourselves over making these costly mistakes. I like to say, and yes, I've spent money. Sometimes I felt like I was throwing money. Sometimes I felt like, I'm like, geez, am I growing it? Does money grow on trees? Yeah, absolutely, because money is paper. Paper is that vibration of currency. So absolutely. Instead, what was happening is, because I'm a money magnet, I was willing to spend and invest in certain lessons and be learning from that. And this was timely because we just had a women's panel of top producers in the real estate industry within the Los Angeles area that we have identified that we see value, and they offer value. Let's bring them on and learn what lessons that they have learned. That way I'm not having to spend for what they've already learned, because I'm leveraging being able to connect with them and get connected, ask the questions, and see how I can avoid what they went through or implement strategies to increase and shorten my curve, my learning curve. I think I want to call this segment Learning Curve. All right, I just renamed it. It's going to be Learning Curve. The author says, through leveraging our relationships, we all have access to the world-class knowledge in just about every category of life. It's the I know someone who knows someone or who might know someone reality that ensures we have access to answers. I almost feel like now I want to call it the 3 degree of separation, because we once upon a time before social media were at 6 degrees of separation, which he said. And this book was authored, let's see, copyright. Let me see if I can do this really quickly. Book was copyrighted, especially in social media, copyright in 2013. So it's still fairly new when we were in the infancy stages of the internet. So as we dialogue about being connected, indirectly connected to people who have access, like who's using Les Brown as their mentor, Tony Robbins, and all these phenomenal speakers and people who are motivating, who started from ground up, experienced trauma, trials, tribulations, and they're saying, look, this is what I learned, this is what I went through. You don't have to do it that way. You can turn your mess into a message, right? And you can turn that into money and monetize that and do it in various ways. So more than one way to skin a cat. I keep hearing myself say that. But it's true. There's more than one way to be successful. It's what you are defining as success for yourself, and then tapping into people that you can leverage as those gateways and doors for you to scale, grow, save money and time. I love it. We call that wisdom, right? Knowledge is power, but application is wisdom. All right, let's continue. We're going to get ready to wrap this up. The author says, for the most part, valuable advice is just 1 to 3 phone calls away. And the truth is, those who are learned in the areas we need help with are generally willing to share what they know with us. Absolutely. We brought these women out just at a phone call and invitation, and we really appreciate that they came out and spent their time with us to share the lessons. The author says, more often than not, they are passionate about it and love to talk about it. I agree. Know anybody that you can connect with right now, press 1. Someone that you are seeing that they're doing something that you want to do. If you know somebody right now that you want to connect with, please press 1 in the comments down below. The author says, unfortunately, and this is where we get caught up, unfortunately, he says, complacency and pride can get in the way of getting the insights we need. A little work and humility, keyword humility, type humility down below in the asking pales in comparison to the price we pay to remain ignorant of the things we could easily learn. All right, CTA for today, as you know, is connect with somebody that you feel has experience and lessons that you can gain from without having to open your checkbook, just through a conversation and invitation over lunch, dinner, tea, coffee. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow for episode 94 as we continue our Shift Your Thinking Daily. Make sure you connect, build, and share with me on all social media at LA